Well, this wasn't part of the flipping plan, was it, guys? Yeah, I'm afraid so. The worst has happened to our dearest Brownie, but it's not a sad video. Well, I hope not anyway. Obviously it is sad with Brownie going. I'll fill you in as we go along. But this is one of the main reasons that I've been ignoring everyone for about 2 or 3 weeks since the last video. I was supposed to do this video about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Right, going to let the herd out. It's considerably smaller than before. It's all coming up in the next few minutes, what's been going on, and all the changes, big changes that are currently happening and are planned to happen in the near future. I'm going to cover it all, guys. So here we go. Let's go and let the herd out. As we're going, look at the state of the water levels. Insane. If any of you have been keeping tabs on the weather here in Thailand, or you're already out here, you'll know what we've been up against. It's been next level. It really has. It's caught a lot of people out, not just us. And fingers crossed, thank God, we haven't flooded. But on top of the heavy rainfall, I mean, it has been raining just about every single day since the last video. I think I touched upon it last time. It's the humidity. It is insane, guys, absolutely insane. And even when it's sort of like the low 30s, as soon as you start doing anything like cleaning the goat house out, or cleaning the goat the feed table, or cutting food for them, it's like working in the sauna. I have never ever experienced anything like it before. Anyway, enough whinging about that. Let's go and let the bundles of joy out. Well, the remaining ones. Check out the lake as well. Look at the levels here. But I came to let the goats out this morning. Check out this bit. Some of the goat, what we call it, the goat cube, the goat compound, is underwater. That has not happened in an absolute age, folks. There's a lot of standing water in there. We're about 4 or 5 inches away from underneath the goat house being flooded. You can see here now, this is normally just a little ditch. Anyway, when I came onto the island this morning, there was a massive splash in here, and I thought, oh, there's some snakehead in there. I'll have to go and get what we call the copy frog, sort of like an imitation frog that you pull across the surface of the water. But I just haven't. That's true to form. I haven't had time. But when Toon came down here to bring the goat food out, she noticed a load of baby snakehead in here. Now I don't know whether they're the striped snakehead or whether they're the giant snakehead species. She said she was going to come out here and catch them, but they're probably all in here, or there's a bit few in here. The parents are always near the babies. Here's a broken record, or CD, showing me age, and oh, that's MP3 now, isn't it? Yeah, I know, I ain't had time. Right, let's let this lot out. They're probably going to be really naughty and go everywhere. All right, Creamy, come on in. Just make sure that they're all awake. And there's one down there, he's not awake. Or she. Sausage, come on. First, wake her up, girl. Wake her up. Come on. There you go, guys. Coming through. Excuse me, Vivian. All right. Oh, you're woken up now, Sausage. Right, just let me confirm everyone's awake. Otherwise, I'll open the gate and then 1 or 2 will be left behind and they won't know where the rest of the herd is. But look at the state of the place. I mean, it's howling under there, but that has got loads of biochar, so I'm not too concerned. So yeah, if you haven't watched the last video, guys, just to show you how quickly things can change, not just here in Thailand but farm wise, you might want to watch that and then come back to this to show the polar opposite of what we've been going through. All right, Owenetta, still missing your mum, ain't you? You can see the standing water here now, and it's basically to there, so we've only got a few more inches. When we get the heavy rains, it is starting to lap underneath the goat house, which is a bit of a bummer. Hello, you. All right, it's Bruno, isn't it? The state of you. Everyone's just, I was going to swear then, but it's a family show. Everyone's absolutely howling. It's about the only time that the goats are even dirtier than I am. It's impossible to keep the herd dry and clean. Anyway, let's let them out. Let them have a run around before the rains come. We are forecast a lot today. Right, time to get the magic umbrella, which featured in another video that we did a while back. It's my goat herding umbrella. It's seen better days, isn't it? So I'll give this to Mum when she's fishing on the next trip. I'll get a new one for myself. Come on, you. That's Patty and that's Patty, and that is July. Twins for Owenetta. Never really into having twins born in the herd really, but if there's ever going to be a goat that's up to it, it's Owenetta. She's strong as an ox, as her mum was. Right then, going to turn them a little bit and get them round the ponds near the house. I mean, we're sport for choice at the minute, but I'm trying not to let them go down here, and then when Mum and our friend Chris come in October, I want to put a temporary like bamboo fence and gate across here, and then we can kick them out there for the day. Right, try and get round this lot. Come on, you lot. So we're down to 30 members in the herd, exactly 30 now. Yesterday we totaled 45. We didn't lose any. We sent... Oh, hang on a minute, it's old Tommy. Go on. It sounds like a little parrot. We've got little parakeets out here called Knuckling. Sounds like that. Listen to him. He's a bit of a drama, but he's a good lad. Yeah, so 14 females. It was a real, pretty much even spread of does, young does and nannies who let go, and just one buckling that was ready. So yeah, we're down to 30 now. Come on, Lilu. She's really good mum she is. She's waiting for her son Baz, one that's nearest to her now. Going back to our last video, and Brownie did feature quite a lot in that video. We're saying we'd had her concerns, and Toon and I had sort of like mutually agreed, although as hard as it was, that she would be going because she struggled with her last kid, and then she popped out an absolute banger of a lad, real good sized boy. So we thought, oh well, more so me if I'm honest, you know, it sort of like gave me hope that she wasn't sort of like in a decline. Don't you hate it, folks, when you go shouting your mouth off when things are going really good, don't you? Well, perhaps not shout my mouth off, but the last few years I've learnt to really appreciate things when things are going really well on the farm, because lo and behold, you never know when the opposite is gonna happen. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? Farming, you got the elements and, you know, acts of God, that sort of thing. So you don't know how long you're going to get a good run, so make the most of it when things are going well. And yeah, I was hoping that we were going to get a little bit longer out of Brownie, but not long after the video it was very evident that she was struggling with her kid, as good as he was. She was still being brilliant, you know, feeding him, taking care of him, teaching him, that sort of stuff, more so than any other goat that we've ever had really. Brilliant mum. And yeah, the writing was on the wall, so Toon and I, we went back to what we'd pre-agreed and said, right, well, when her buckling, which we called Black Bull because of his black nether region, when he comes off the milk, which we normally take them off the nannies at about 3 months, then Brownie could go. You know, we had talked about retiring her on the farm. We haven't retired any of the goat over, what, we've had them 6 years now, just over 6 years. And she was the first goat that we had that gave us a doeling, which is Owenetta, who's the head of the herd now. And so she was the second one to give birth, but the first for the doeling. So she was really dear to us. And I came down to the goat compound, let them out one morning, and you could see she was starting to struggle. I said to Toon, I think we need to deworm the whole herd. But I'd already let them out, so you can't do it then. You got to do it first thing in the morning while they're still in the house, and then let them out one after the other. So we decided that we were going to deworm the whole herd the next day and give her so we gave her an iron boost and a vitamin boost in the meantime. Next morning, came to let them out, and she took a hit. What happens with goats when they've been top of the food chain, so to speak, or the matriarch of the herd is a better phrase, I suppose. As they get older, and certainly when they kid, their energy level starts to drop down, and the younger ones, you know, they fancy the chances of working their way up the hierarchy ladder. And I don't know who it was, it's impossible to tell really, but someone had given her a hit, and over the course of, I would say, 4 days, she gradually declined, and you just know in the end. So it was really, really hard, folks. Don't mind admitting that. Well, most of you know that have been watching us taking care of goats for years, know I'm as soft as a marshmallow when it comes to goats, certainly when it came to Brownie. And it was just the realization that she was gonna pass. She weren't gonna make it. But credit to her, she's a very, very proud goat, and fought till the end. And she was still, bless her, she was still trying to take care of Blackball. And I'd resigned myself that I was going to have to dispatch her. I was full of dread. I mean, Jesus, I don't think I stopped crying for about 2 days. And the day that I was going to do it, I'd carried her out of the goat house. The reason being, she couldn't get up without a lot of pain. So I carried her down, put her in the downstairs birthing room, and put a kid with her. And I was like, right, okay, today's the day. I'm not gonna prolong it. But the thing is, because like 45 goats, well, back then 48 then, gives you a bit of an idea what else been going on. Your priority, although as hard as it is, the priority is to the herd, not one individual goat. So with that many goats and with the weather, basically just been non-stop collecting food and cleaning and trying to keep the goats all dry all the time, because a lot of kids as well. We can't let them get wet. They get a snotty nose, and then it goes horribly wrong with them. Toon was cutting the food, I was dragging it back, popped in to see her, and she just laid down totally flat, which a goat doesn't really do unless it's really hot outside and the sunbathing and stretching. So I legged it back over to Toon where she was working, and I said, look, she's gonna go, and if she didn't go in a few minutes, then I'll have to sort it out. Came back, put the food out for the goats, went to the room, and she just passed. So I was obviously upset, but I was gutted that I wasn't there with her in her last moments. But saying that, I've got to be grateful, folks, because only 15 minutes before that I was with her for a good half hour, you know. And yeah, I think she knew how much she meant to me. Good old girl. Now what's happened since then is obviously we've dropped the herd by a third. Now this was not a knee-jerk reaction, folks, to what happened to Brownie. I mean, on top of Brownie, we had young little Waffle. Mum had rejected her, although we were persevering and getting her on the udder first thing in the morning and last thing at night before putting them away. So she was still with her mum, but once you put them on milk replacer, Jesus, their stomach, it's not good. We couldn't really keep passing her around to other nannies that are giving milk to their kids. I suppose some people do say well, you should always have one dairy goat and keep them in milk for such situations arising. Fair shout, I suppose. So we'd set up goat ICU. Basically, I'd got Brownie's kid, Blackball, and Little Waffle in the house at night. I was just so tired, you know, because you're obviously becoming their parent, single parent family. Bad stomachs as well. It's smelly, and it's relentless crying. Not me. So we were tired, and obviously down with what was happening with Brownie. So we've just brought our plans forward, and these plans are to coincide with a year in November, this coming November. So in a year, just over a year's time, we got big plans anyway, changes and things we want to do in the future. This is really difficult for you to believe. I'm old enough to retire next year. I know. I don't look it, do I? Yeah, early retirement age, that is. Not what is it, 67 now? 68? 67. I think they're changing the UK to 68. Anyway, private pension, as meagre as it is, it's going to make a massive impact to me and Toon. We had been holding on to hope that the goat market would recover, and it has done, in fairness, for the buckling price. But as I've covered in several videos over the last few years, since the joys of COVID and the livestock market situation here in Thailand, there's very few goat farmers these days. So the doling price, the nanny price, is still nowhere near what it used to be. Meat price of the bucklings is the same, but it's not really enough to sustain most people, and it's basically not enough to keep the Ferrari on the road. Now, you avid viewers that have been following us for a long time, you know our lifestyle here. You know, we've cut our cloth accordingly to our budget and earnings. I don't know. Anyway, we live well within our means. Well, not well within it, but within our meagre means. We do all right, you know. We hang on in there, and it's all about quality of life. But that's the thing that's been, I don't know, is decline the right word? I don't know. Yes, we're getting older. It is getting harder. Toon's in bed at the moment. She's crook. She's getting injured so many times. She's now having to go back off the farm because the weather's been so bad. We haven't been able to get the herd out. I mean, today is first day for, I don't know, about 10 days proper out. Normally let them out, and it flipping gets the herd wet within about 20 minutes. It's been an absolute nightmare, folks. So Toon's had to go and cut food off the land, because prior to that we were just cutting food for all 47 of them every single day. So we'd run out of food as far as Napier goes, and just about for Lucina. So Toon's been going off farm the last few days for Lucina. Again, you know, it was only in the last video I was like, oh, I'm so proud, but Toon doesn't have to leave me on the farm alone on the farm anymore. We can just spend time together taking care of the goats together. No, not now. So yeah, getting the number down. I mean, you can see the vegetation around the place. It's constantly shooting up. So this is where we're bringing them out to, hopefully, if they play ball. I'm sure they will. They love it round the ponds. Now, you might be thinking, Lee, well, Toon doesn't have to go off the land. Look at all the food round here. Well, this is what we want them to be out on pasture and eat this themselves. Get them out of the compound, get them onto clean land, and they can have different food items. But yeah, we really like to give them the Napier grass and the Lucina. Money. This is a bit weird. It's the first time they've been out as a reduced herd. So some of the old girls They used to go off in different directions and others used to follow, so it's going to be a little bit fragmented, I dare say. Soon say give her a shout if I need her help, but I just want the old girl to rest a little bit. She needs to get her strength back for when Mum and Chris get here. There's going to be fishing and drinking and karaoke and plenty of darts and lots of good food. I've been doing lots of my baking in my spare time. I'll say spare time when the weather's been really bad. Yeah, although we haven't posted anything on YouTube at all, as you know, guys. Sometimes just put things on Facebook, you know, if I've made a cake. I've been doing my sponges, my steamed sponges, lime and all that sort of thing, my marmalade and breads. Toon's getting into the cakes as well. It's so we don't waste away. Toon's lost a lot of weight. She's been doing some exercises at night and we're still off the ale. But the 7th, that's when Buddhist Lent finishes. So that'll be 90 days without a drop. And we're going to get straight back on it. The guy that the goat man that came yesterday, he gave us the price, like a set price for 15 goats, and we're trying to negotiate it up a little bit. And I was just like, tell you what, mate, if you just put a box of beer on it for the end of Buddhist Lent, we'll call it a deal. So he shook on that. So yeah, we've earmarked the money from the goats, just enough to treat ourselves and buy a box of beer. And we've already decided, so irresponsible, 3 months being dry, she's already ordered the beer from the shop and she's going to collect more goat food off farm on the 6th. We have got someone coming on the 6th just to have a look around with the crayfish setup, have a chat about that, more about that as well coming up. I'll be cutting some extra goat food the night before, so we'll let the goats out, put the food out. Toon has to go to the temple to say I've been a good girl for 3 months, I've not drank, and then as soon as she gets back through the gates, the beer's going to be open and the karaoke is going to be on. So we're gonna really let rip, guys. We're gonna let some steam off, because, well, I tell you, hang on a minute, let me go around this way. I tell you what, and I thought this is one of the best, most powerful things I've ever heard my missus say. She's been going through the absolute ringer, guys, not just with the goat situation and all her injuries. Without going into too much detail as well, I mean, you might have picked up on it sometimes, and I try not to get drawn into it too much, but you might have heard the odd hint in the videos previously. Toon's under a lot of pressure looking after her mum, you know, and she has got 6 brothers and sisters, but it all comes down onto Toon's shoulders to sort things out and take care of her mum, and there's a lot of responsibility on, well, mine as well, but not as much, but on her shoulders for taking care of Kai Muck as well, because her mum's not around here. And it all gets a little bit too much sometimes. And you all know what a tough cookie she is. Flipping tough. But she turned around, and she said it a couple of times this last month. She goes, I want to, but I'm too strong to cry. And I thought that was brilliant. And what she means by it is, if she lets herself cry, if she lets her guard down, she won't stop crying. That'll be it. The bubble would be burst, I suppose we could say, and the floodgates would open. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'll cry easy. You put a sad movie on, 8 Below, that husky movie, I'm crying after about 20 minutes because I know what's going to happen. But I get that out of my system and I move on. Yeah, I cried when Brownie passed, but within half an hour or an hour, that was it. And I haven't cried since, as much as I do miss her, and you can feel it feel it on the old lungs when you're talking. You know, she's gone, and God bless her, she's on her way, and she's eating, that was it, she's eating blue plastic water cans to her heart's content. That's why we put the blue plastic water can there. When we first got her, we had these 2 water cans, and every time you left them out, forgot to put them away, she would eat them. So we were expecting Aranetta there to come out blue. She ate that many water cans. So we got the old Crayfish jig tank there, which has seen better days. It was all cracking and needed rebuilding. And I said to Toon, this was about a month or two ago. Yeah, coming up 2 months. So I'm gonna plant something in there really special, something nice. And so I started putting rough mulch in there. So anything that was spiky, that had pruned, stuff that takes a lot to break down. I'd put loads of biochar in there, and I'd started putting some compost in there. Still wasn't sure what I was going to put in there. And then when Brownie passed, I thought, there you go, Lee, there you go. So she's got pride of place right near us, where I think she deserves. She's got a blue watering can to keep her happy during snack times. And I put a frangipani or whatever. A beautiful, beautiful, I think it's Thailand's national flower, I think, might be wrong. But yeah, I'd done a cutting quite a long time ago, and it's a nice shape, so I popped that in there. And hopefully it's going to continue blossoming and do justice. So that's the idea with that. And yeah, it's only good thoughts now. As far as the herd goes, this won't stop the reduction of the numbers. So, because Toon and I are getting older, we are starting to struggle. We knew it was going to happen. You know, love and affection for livestock animals, whatever floats your boat, whatever animal works for you. That'll only take you so far, won't it? And I think you've got to be realistic to yourselves. We knew this day would gradually creep up on us. Oh, hang on a minute, look at Sprite, she's going down the other end. Too early. Not supposed to even be on the island, guys. They're going back for a drink. Right, what's coincided with this is our master plan with the crayfish. The poisoning incident several months ago did put the kibosh on our plans, or set back our plans on quite a lot. You know, we lost a lot. We basically lost half of our brood stock female wise. So we're sort of like recovered from that. We had to buy some additional stock to get back online, get the numbers back up. But yeah, the crayfish side of things really taking off, and the only thing that's stopping us now is not scalability. What is it? Is volume. So we're continually increasing our volume. We've got the big new pond over the back there, which we still haven't done the video for. I've got all the construction video footage for it with Macroman doing it, so I will put it together one day. We've restocked our pond over there. There's 3 remaining ponds over there. 2 were supposed to be drained down this October, but the levels have come up about 2 foot since then, so that's not going to happen. I would like to do it on Mum and Chris's next trip, so maybe next April, if they are managing to get out here for Songkran again. The fence pond, don't give me any grief, that is not going to be done October either, because that's overflowing. And I took a little bit of video to send to Mum and Chris the other day. Basically, if you want to drain that down, you've got to drain the farmer's field next door down. The rice paddy next door is at the same height as the fence pond there, so we cannot drain it there. It's physically impossible. Even if it doesn't rain from now until they get here, it's just not happening. The water will come back through the sides and from underneath too quickly for us to do it, although Chris has got a massive pump. It's still, even combining it with our solar pump, the capacity is just not enough. It's so deep in there and thick clay, would never get out again, never mind carry all the big heavy fish that are in there. So yeah, that was good, wasn't it? See my ugly butt. So the 2 ponds over near the house, once they are drained and the fish are taken out, there's 2 more crayfish ponds that were going to be stocked there. So that's on the hold. And the amount of inquiries we're getting for brood stock, crayfish for the table, and juvenile crayfish. It's just insane. It's, you know, several inquiries a week, which may not sound a lot to you, but they're big numbers. So we've just got to get to those numbers, because at the moment we're turning people away. You know, we can only produce so much at the moment until we stock the other ponds, and we need time to do that, time and energy. Our target for the herd is to get it down, brace yourselves, to thaw and 10 does. The does will be a mixture of various age does and nannies. So the oldest goat that we'll be keeping is Owenetta. We've still got a couple of oldish ones like Lulu and Natasha. They will be going. We've got the phase 2 list already in place, so Bucklings will be going in about 4 months, and several nannies will be joining them. That will take us down to about 20, and then phase 3 will be down to about 10 or 11. It's so hard, folks, you know, getting the old phone out and making the lists. And I'd make the first draft, say to Toon, right, what do you reckon? No, you can't get rid of that one. Oh, that one should go. That one's naughty. That one's this and that. So yeah, we've agreed on, I would say, 99% of them now. There's a few where we're just like that, maybe they're a little bit young and they haven't kidded. There's a few places still up for grabs, but I mean, the goat guy, when he left yesterday, he said you've planned this quite carefully, because the goats that are remaining all look flipping brilliant. So yeah, it's just that time, isn't it? It's I wouldn't say we're pivoting, because we've done crayfish for, well, as long as the goats almost. It's just the crayfish side of things is really going forward. The new crayfish channel, I'm so happy with that, because I mean, it's really different to the other style of videos that we usually publish. People all over the world are watching, even from Nepal. We're getting a lot from Indonesia, Vietnam, Korea, quite a bit from China, where else? Laos, Malaysia, Singapore. Yeah, where crayfish is really popular as a food, but also for farmers. So we're getting a lot of interest from overseas. So got a couple of things in the pipeline to do online with that sort of thing. Now there's no doubt about it that the videos for that channel take a lot longer to do, because they're 100% instructional. So I've got to make sure that everything's correct on there. So I have to back it up with bona fide facts. I can't get anything wrong, because you're giving people well, advice, but also facts and figures. So there's a bit of pressure on it to do it right. And I do remind myself of my old geography teacher back at Deacon School, very matter of fact. But I just find that's the best way to be. I think it's the old health and safety instructor coming out of me. Had what, 11 years doing that. So yeah, it's pretty. I just need my PowerPoint presentation behind me, and then I'll be good to go with my flip chart. So folks, even the new crayfish channel is directly impacting our life, in as much of this channel. I'll be honest with you, I screwed this channel up years ago. It used to be quite popular. Now I fully appreciate that you guys that are tuning in now, 99% of you are our hardcore viewers, you know, subscribers from many moons ago. If you think about, we've got, I think it's about 22,000 subscribers. It's about 17,000 of those from the crayfish videos. We don't do many crayfish videos. You know, I like doing my goat videos. That's what makes me tick. And match fishing, which is full of swearing. Which, you know, and I appreciate if you've joined the channel for crayfish, it's not what you want to see. A few people have come over to watch everything that we publish, but generally speaking, they want crayfish and that's it. So it's really screwed the channel up in as far as the YouTube algorithm goes. It doesn't know what's going on. They're just like, well, why is no one hardly watching any of your normal farm videos anymore? So that was the idea of setting up the new channel. Now I'm not saying we're going to ditch this channel, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't do that to you. But whether we're gonna, we may well pivot away from this, leave the channel up, and then just restart, just tuning Lee, messing about, and then, you know, the way I look at it, we haven't done any live streams for ages, and I fully appreciate that. The people, those of you that come and watch us on the live streams, or that were watching us, you're our hardcore fans. Now, even though there's only a couple of thousand of you, we still like to do content for you, because that's our real life stuff. I know Crayfish is real life, but it's, you know, how can I keep doing instructional videos to grow our business that isn't going to bore the titties off you? It's not going to happen. So Crayfish on one channel, this channel we'll have to wait and see. We have got an idea of sort of like Toon and Lee outdoor adventures videos, and some of you eagle-eyed fans have noticed on our channel page, at the bottom of where all the playlists are, it will say other featured channels, and it's got T&L Crayfish. You'll see that we've renamed this channel T&L Farm. There's also Cartoon, is it Cartoon Gal or Cartoon, and then I think it's Farm Life or whatever written in Thai. And then there's T&L Outdoor Adventures. We're not sure whether, so that channel is set up. There's no content on there at the moment, so if you subscribe to it, you still won't get any videos yet. But we want to get back to what we enjoy most, which is, you know, having a laugh on the land, hunting, gathering. We haven't done any camping for absolute years. You know, last time we did it, we got caught in a torrential storm with Bebo, nearly drowned. So we might do sort of like an experimental video of that and see how it goes on this channel. If it absolutely flops, maybe we'll do another one on the new channel and send you guys, or post a link to you guys in the community tab or upcoming videos. We'll try and get as many of you off this channel onto that channel. Saying that, if you haven't watched over 800 videos, where have you been? Because that's how many videos are on our channel now. To give you an idea, because this blew my mind, this last month our new Crayfish channel outperformed this channel. That new Crayfish channel's got 7 videos on it. Yeah, bonkers, isn't it? And only 5 of those are proper videos. The other 2 are just sort of like messing around. I just put them on there to sort of like get some content on the channel. And we've put a load of shorts on there as well. When I say that channel has outperformed this channel, that's not including the shorts. Not really a fan of shorts, but it helps get your channel noticed and active. So that's why we put them on there. We also link them to our full length videos. So yeah, it's going to be a higher performing channel than this one, and it's about maximising our time. We want to be able to get someone to help us on the farm. I know we've been saying it for years, but we've never sort of like pushed ourselves to drive the business side and the revenue side up to such an extent that we can afford to pay someone. We've always been very, very blasé, laid back, and I know some of you like that about us, that we're not money driven. But as we get older, the farm's massive, and sometimes it feels a little bit daunting, although I don't very often admit that. But certainly as we're getting older, it will become more daunting. Now, in the future, as the land papers have started turning over now to Fortune Oak, or I can't remember the colour of the bird, but basically we'll be able to, if we wanted to do, we could do it all Crayfish. We won't, but we're going to do a lot. And the revenue that we can make from Crayfish far exceeds what we can make with our lovable goats. Admittedly, I can't get passionate about Crayfish, but I can get passionate about having a bit more free time to do some fishing with Toon, maybe popping up a tent, even building sort of like a little shelter for a night and that sort of thing, and catching and cook videos. And that's what makes me and Toon tick. That is really, really precious to us. And as we're getting older, we're not going to be able to do that forever. So if we don't start doing it now, we're going to miss out, and that would be such a shame. I think it's a beautiful piece of land. and it's evolved fantastically and continues to do so. But we're not, the way we've running the farm at the moment and have been running the farm, we haven't enabled ourselves to be able to enjoy it to its full potential. So that's the main reason, folks, that we're really changing things up. If we can get to a point where we can get one, ideally 2 people that can step in and help us and help manage, run the farm, then Toon and I can actually get off the farm. We can go on some fishing trips. To give you an idea, 8 years here, we've had 4 nights away from this place. 2 nights was when Toon's oldest brother got married. That was a great party. And another 2 nights was a fishing break that we went on with my mum. We went on a fishing raft for 1 night, couldn't get back the next night in time, so we stayed an extra night just in some hotel. So four nights off in in 8 years. Well, saying that, Toon's had 2 extra nights off, but I let her off. She was in hospital for both of those nights. So 1 thyroid and 1, what did they think it was? They thought it was her appendix. So yeah, I let her off there. She's had a couple more days off than I have. So yeah, that's what we want to do. Who knows, we might even come and visit you if you're in Thailand. Hopefully, you know, all goes to plan. We'll have time, we'll have a little bit of money with the pension side of things, and from the Crayfish business side of things, and from the website. So we're trying to drive just starting to drive a little bit of traffic from the videos on the new channel to the website. So I've gone back, I'm relearning everything about website design and that sort of thing. I'm quite old for this sort of thing, you know, guys, but I am trying. And so yeah, so that's why I've been ignoring everyone. Another reason is I just didn't fancy talking to anyone, guys. I spoke to my mum about 5 or 6 days after Brownie left. I could feel myself talking. A couple of times today when I've been talking to you, I can feel it coming up a little bit. It's just time. It's time, guys. We need to make a change or 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. See? I wasn't over exaggerating, was I?